Voyager is one of the Royal Air Force's most important capabilities and aircraft. There's no doubt about that. It's the means by which we prosecute operations globally. It's the means by which we move our people where they're needed to be. And it's the way in which we refuel fast jet aircraft and other large aircraft, of course, as well.
Voyager service is an air-to-air refueling and air transport service. AirTanker is tasked with providing 14 Airbus A330-200 aircraft. Within this building we've got a combination of RAF regulars, civilians and sponsored reservists. Between us, the Air Force with its military expertise and us with our commercial expertise, we're providing a cutting-edge service. It's a very ambitious program and it's a cutting-edge service that is delivering results.
It's hard to think of an operation anywhere in the world that hasn't been supported in some way by Voyager. This amazing force and the people that make it all happen. The aircraft, of course, is what we see, but it's the people behind it that make that all come together. And you just have to look around you. Whenever we see a need to move people, aircraft, air power globally, it's the Voyager that's at the forefront of that.
So you can carry 109 tonnes of fuel. You've got 3 refuelling hoses, one on each wing, one off the fuselage. So you can refuel 2 aircraft at the same time. Voyager, terrifically capable aircraft. I come from a background on the TriStar aircraft, and I've seen quite a difference moving on to the Voyager. The Voyager itself does not need to be re-rolled between doing its 2 primary tasks, which is air transport, moving troops, people and cargo around, and then doing air-to-air refuelling.
The key deliverable that Voyager gives us is strategic reach. The amount of fuel that the aircraft can carry and therefore how far it can go is what's really important to us. So we can take just shy of 300 people 5,000 miles, which is a tremendous capability to the Air Force. It means that we are literally travelling continents at a time and delivering real effect to the front line.
Cockpit preparation.
Complete.
Completed. Here goes in it.
To come, I suspect.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On auto.
Ideas.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
Is checked.
Down 3-1, Brian's ground, good morning.
Is set.
And RAF.
QNH 1025.
The first thing I think that people notice is how large the aircraft is, and you really don't have any sense of that when you're up the front of it. It's fantastic in the role that it does. The systems all work really well for us, and for a pilot it's really great just to be able to have such a capability that is at literally your fingertips, with so much to be able to control within arm's reach.
If you're talking about air power capability and understanding it properly, Voyager is absolutely critical. So air-to-air refueling is a fundamental part of delivering air power in the modern age. It gives us range, so we can go further, or it gives us endurance. Endurance allows us to be in the air and therefore able to deliver the air power effect, whatever that may be, for longer. That might be close air support, so we could be on station for longer. It might be an air interdiction mission a long way away, so it enables us to fly much further to deliver that mission. Or it might be an air policing mission where we're able to stay on station for longer. So we are airborne, owning the airspace for a longer period of time. We want to train like we fight, and we're going to fight with tankers. Therefore, we try and train with them as much as we can. For us, we're thinking about fuel all the time. So in my cockpit, I no longer have dials like an old aircraft. I just have a glass screen. My glass screen shows me the fuel, it shows me the hydraulics, the engines, and a bunch of other stuff. I never have to look at the engines or the hydraulics page. I look at the fuel page a lot. So my aeroplane will use up fuel if I want it to very quickly. So fuel is a concern of mine all the time, and I'm always thinking about it, which is one of the reasons why the tanker is so important for us.
On 3-1, start approved.
Start approved. Task 3-1.
Control by clear, start engines 1 and 2 and turn.
And you clear start 1 and 2 and turn.
Start 3-1, taxi holding point echo runway 26, QNH 1024. Start 3-1, Rise Tower line up.
Line up, Task 3-1.
On 3-1, clear for takeoff, wind 220, 5 knots.
Clear for takeoff, Task 3-1.
RAF Bryce Norton has got no mission more important than the contribution that we make to securing the UK skies. It's obvious to all that that's an increasingly important and relevant task here. It's one we've had for many years. It's as important today as it has ever been. And of course you see that that role is undertaken by Royal Air Force Typhoons, air defence aircraft. And they're not based here, they're based elsewhere in the country, and they can scramble for a number of locations. But those aircraft have an incredibly important job to do. More often than not, they have to intercept, shadow and deter a long-range aircraft. And that's exactly what it sounds like. It can fly for a long time. It can certainly outlast a Typhoon. But not if a Typhoon's supported by Voyager. Then we're in a really good place. And so the combination of Voyager supporting the Typhoon force to give the UK the ability to robustly and reliably secure its skies, there's no more mission important than that.
The Typhoon aircraft are on standby all the time, 365 days a year, 24/7. Standby to get airborne very quickly to intercept any aircraft who are not complying with the rules of the air. So effectively, people don't fly in the UK airspace unless we let them. The Voyager supports our QRA role by allowing us to stay airborne for longer. So it gives us that endurance that we need for the missions.
One Typhoon 29, request join.
Typhoon 29, clear join. Clear contact, right?
That's 29, request.
29, disconnect.
Disconnect.
Adrenaline is absolutely the word that describes it. So the adrenaline absolutely kicks in. We are ready in our flying equipment so that we can get airborne really quickly. That can happen 24 hours a day, so nighttime as well as daytime. The adrenaline pumps, you have sprint out to the aircraft. The thing is, it's not very far, so before you know it, you're actually in the cockpit, starting the airplane. So from a moment to getting the call to being in the cockpit is a very short period of time. It's a very adrenaline-filled moment, and it happens extremely quickly, and it's a classic military training kicks in moment.
So the Voyager will aim to get airborne as soon as possible, on the understanding that the Typhoon aircraft will be burning quite a lot of fuel to get to wherever they need to be as fast as possible. So it's our job to get there, to give them the fuel as soon as we can, in order to be able to keep them airborne longer and support whatever the target is that they're intercepting.
The phone will go, and it could be at any time of the day or night. There will be a scramble around for the various elements that you need to take with you. We will all meet up at a pre-designated point, jump into the squadron scramble vehicle and meet out at the aeroplane. We will then get on board the aircraft, switch on all the systems as quickly as we can and as safely as we can, and then getting the aircraft open as quickly as possible.
You realise that actually you're at the cutting edge. It's interesting when you get back and you open the newspaper and you see the effect of what you've been doing.